I love Jesus Christ. I love Subnautica. The first game is a very high A tier game for me. It did exploration really well, and it did progression and terror very well. And there are some keystone moments in it that were just really amazing. And one of my favorite parts of it was that how it didn't really nudge you anywhere, and you kind of explored it on your own. And for me, that worked out. And that's why my experience with that game was so great. Now, I'm here to tell you about Subnautica Below Zero. How is it? Well, for my first 15, 16, maybe it was 14 hours, it was great. There's that same exploration, that same progression, finding all these cool places. That was really fun. What's different here was that it definitely nudges you towards things more. There's more of, here's a signal, go find out what happens. Or the most obvious thing was that starting off the game, it immediately told you, like, hey, pick up ingredients. Which, I already know how it all goes, but I think the feeling of discovering that for yourself, while the game subtly nudges you towards doing that, is more rewarding than just straight up telling you, hey, go here, do this, craft this. Another change here is that in this game, there is actual voice acting and a story-ish, which it's fine. That didn't ruin the experience for me or benefit it that much. It was just different. There was less of, whoa, I'm in a mysterious world and I need to figure out what's going on. It's more of, whoa, I'm in the mysterious world, but I have partners and people to figure out what's going on. And it's a more guided narrative than the narrative you might spin in your head for the first game, which it's okay. Definitely up to preference. I'm personally more or less indifferent about that, but there's definitely some points in the first game that I enjoyed more than this game. I'm not sure if it's because after playing the first game, I kind of experienced the ins and outs of this genre and, well, this game. And this game was more like a progression of that rather than doing anything special. One thing is that it gives you access to base building materials a lot earlier, which was super cool. I really like base building. That was really fun. But all in all, a lot of the areas I feel like in the second game just isn't as memorable. I think they still look pretty good, but there isn't like that deep core of lava and that lost lake. The depths in this game are they're less, I guess, striking in their appearance. However, the graphics of the game are still are definitely a lot more striking. Before, in the first game, the land looked like absolute potatoes. Here, the land looks genuinely beautiful, just as beautiful as the seas. And the graphics here, after like some lighting changes and polishes, Jesus Christ, it's night and day. This game looks AAA. That is, yeah, it's very impressive. The sound design is, well, yeah, it's as good as the first game. There's enemies that sound cues just strike terror. And I think that was really well handled. The whole terror aspect, yeah, very good. Great stuff. Now then is the exploration part. To be honest, throughout this game, I never found there was an area, like a big gauntlet exploration area as the Aurora in the first game. I really enjoyed that. The exploration areas are more compact and smaller than that, and I don't know how I feel about it. I definitely wish there would have been more long gauntlet-style exploration areas, but oh well, it is what it is. And finally, I guess let's talk about land travel. It's more bearable than the first game, but it is definitely not good. It just doesn't feel good on land. The Snow Fox does alleviate that, but in my playthrough, I tried to avoid land as much as possible, and when I needed to get past the giant worms and stuff, I just strolled over the prawn suit and started grappling everywhere, and that kind of worked out. So I didn't really need the Snow Fox, and also the prawn suit was pretty safe. So I don't know. Land travel still isn't good. But it's better. Still, I think the strengths of the game were in the seas, and the fact that they chose to create these icy land spaces was definitely that they tried to do something innovative, but they didn't succeed as much as I probably would have liked. And finally, let's talk about some of the items that were removed and added. The sea truck. It's great, but we don't get anything close to the Cyclops in this game. And there was something about the Cyclops that made it feel like now you own the sea. You never really get that with the sea moth. I mean, not sea moth, the sea truck. But the sea truck does definitely have a lot of interesting components in it. So, cool there. The Snow Fox is what makes land travel bearable. And it's fine. It works. But yeah, I really just wish there was something close to the Cyclops. But once again, I think this was a pretty enjoyable game. I think the tedium for me here definitely set in a lot faster than the first game. Maybe it was because I don't know. There's a lot of these exploration games that rely on luck of finding things and going in the right path. There was sometimes I was just missing blueprints for some essential things, and I was just a little bit irritated. People's experiences will differ, but my experience was mostly positive towards the beginning and a lot more negative towards the end. So overall, a very mixed experience. However, I still love this game and its predecessor. So more Subnautica was always something good for me. And that's my first impressions of Subnautica Below Zero. It's a mixed bag, but those are my thoughts. You want the game? If you really like the first game, yeah, it's more of that. If you just like exploration in general, go for it. Maybe someone who hasn't played the first game would like this game more because you're not yearning some of the things that were in the first game, such as the stasis rifle, such as the Cyclops. But hey, go nuts. That's it. Buy this game if you want. Bye.